Have you studied this or not?
Pressure angle we didn't know, sir.
No. Okay. Okay. Here, see, these addendum, dedendum, clearance, base width, all these things are very easy to understand. So I'll define some of the important parameters. One is pressure angle, and pitch, circle, and circular pitch, and module. Okay, these are some of the important parameters, and these are some of the important parameters which we use in design of gear. Okay, so to understand the all these things, we need to look into this first. So here, can you see the animation? Can you see the animation?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, here you can see there is a point of contact between the driver and the driven gear tooth. Okay, and that point is moving along the straight line. That is, can you see the pointer, the mouse pointer? Okay, here. Okay, here, can you see this line? The blue line?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and here there is a black point, that is a point of contact. Okay, this is the driver gear, and this is the driven gear. Okay, so this is the driver and this is the driven. This is a driver and the driven gears are there, and this point is known as the pitch point. Oh, sorry, it is a point of contact. Okay, and here this dotted line, this is the pitch circle of the driven gear. Okay, and this is the pitch circle of the driver gear. Okay, this is pitch circle of driven gear, and this is pitch circle of driver gear. Okay, and the driver gear is also known as pinion, and the driven gear is just known as gear. Okay, we call the pinion as the driver and the driven as just as a gear. Okay, so here in this animation, what you saw in this, here you can see this is the line of action. The red line is the line of action, and I think okay, here this is the line of action, and these are the pitch circles. Okay, pitch circles, and just okay, here all of you listen carefully. Listen carefully. This line is known as common normal at the contact point. Okay. And I can draw one more line here, which is known as common tangent at the contact point or point of contact. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Fixed circle of the driver, fixed circle of the driven, common normal at the contact, and common tangent at the contact. Okay. And here one more point. Here, can I mark a point here? Okay, here I have marked the point, which is at the, which can be called as the point where both the fixed circles meet. Okay, this is known as pitch point. Okay, these are very important terms. Please understand. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Okay, pitch point. Okay, common normal, common tangent, and pitch point. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So now the gear, if you allow the gear to rotate, at this point, at the pitch point, if I stop, I cannot stop this animation here, but I can show you in the next this one. So here this is the driver and this is driven. Okay, there are only one gear tooth at a driver and the driven are represented here. Okay, this is one gear tooth of the driver and this is another of one gear tooth of the driven. Okay, so if you assume that, if you think that these two gears, this is at the beginning of the engagement of the driver seat with the driven seat. Okay, this is the point of contact. And this is the common normal. Okay. And as the driver gear moves, as the driver gear rotates, the driven gear will also rotate. Okay. And here at this point, as the driver gear moves, you can think the driver gear is there and the driven gear is here. Okay, I'm just looking into the next position. Okay, this is position number 1 and this is position number 2 and this is position number 3. Okay. Now at the position number 2, the angle between the line of action or common normal and the line passing through the pitch point is known as pressure angle phi. Is it clear? The angle between the line of action or the common normal and the line passing through the pitch point. Pitch point is, this is the pitch point. Okay, pitch point is here. Okay, so the pressure angle can be defined as the angle between the common normal and the common tangent at the pitch point or or it can be defined as the angle between the line of action and the line passing through the pitch point is known as pressure angle. Okay. So we know the pressure angle, and pitch circle is nothing but the diameter or the circle which is passing through the pitch point. Okay. And what is the circular pitch? It is the distance. Circular pitch is the distance measured on the circumference of the pitch circle. Okay. Here, this is the pitch circle. So this is a pitch circle. So circular pitch is the distance measured on the circumference of the pitch circle from a point on one tooth to the corresponding point on the next immediate tooth. Okay, this is known as circular pitch. Okay, circular pitch, and that is represented by PC, that is equal to pi into d by z. Okay, where d is the diameter of pitch circle and z is the number of tooth. Okay, and one more thing is here we have there are two gears which are in mesh. So if these two gears are to mesh correctly, then these two should have the same circular pitch. Okay. If you want to mesh the two gears, then they should have the same circular pitch. And the next term is module. So module is the ratio of the pitch circle diameter in millimeters. Okay. So module is the ratio of pitch circle diameter in millimeters divided by pitch circle diameter in millimeters divided by number of tooth. Okay, these are some of the very basic parameters which are required in the design of gears. Okay, this addendum, dedendum, space width, all these things can be obtained empirically. That is, by using some empirical relationships, you can get all those values. But first we should know all these parameters, and then we can obtain the remaining. So, what are the design considerations you need to make while designing the gear? So, the following are the design considerations which we need to know. That is, one is the power to be transmitted. Number two, the speed of the pinion, that is the driver, and the speed of the gear, and the center distance. Okay, so if you know these four parameters, that is these data, if you have these data, or you need these data to design the gear. Okay, you need these data to design the gear. Okay. And the next is, before designing any component, we should know how the component will fail. So if you know the failure methodology or how the gear fails, then we can design the components so that it will not fail. So, what are the causes of gear failure. So how the gear may fail? If I consider a gear like this, so this is one gear and this is the another gear. Okay, I have considered only one tooth in each gear. Okay, so this is pinion which is rotating in this direction, pinion, and this is the gear which is rotating in clockwise direction. Okay, now can you tell me how the gear can fail? What do you mean by failure?
Where?
What do you mean by failure with respect to design of machine elements? How can you define the failure? How can you define the failure?
The maximum stress of the component exceeds the yield stress, then failure might occur.
Okay. Then okay, then see this is a case of dynamic loading. Okay. In the design of machine elements 1, we studied most of the problems related to static loading. When the dynamics comes into picture, then the fatigue will come into picture, right? You have to start thinking about fatigue. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So the gear can fail due to the gear can fail due to bending. Okay, see here, the pinion is rotating. Okay, the pinion is the driver. Okay, we supply the power to the driver, and the gear tooth of the driver, has to push the gear tooth of the driven. Right? It has to push. Okay, this gear will have the inertia, that is the self weight, and the gear may be connected to some other components. Okay, and that will also have some inertia. So this the gear tooth of the pinion has to push the gear tooth of the gear. Okay, so here we can assume that the tooth of the pinion has to push a cantilever beam. Okay, so it creates the bending stress in both the gear and the pinion. So the gear can fail due to bending. And next one, the gear can fail due to pitting. Okay, it is known as pitting. Okay, it is the surface fatigue failure. Okay, surface means here this is the surface which may fail because the stress on the surface exceeds the endurance limit of the material. Is it clear? because of the continuous rotation, this face and flank will come in contact with the face and flank of the another gear, and because of the surface friction, the stresses developed on the surface may be more than the endurance limit. Okay, and this leads to the formation of pits which continue to grow, resulting in the rupture of the tooth surface. Is it clear? ಮಾತಾಡ್ರಿ ಯಾರಾದ್ರು.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, next failure may be because of scoring. Okay, scoring means it is the excessive heat generated when there is a excessive surface pressure and high speed and failure of lubricant. Okay, so because of this excessive surface pressure, high speed and failure of lubricant, there will be a stick-slip phenomena. Okay, stick-slip means the gear tooth will not slide against each other. Okay, it will get stick and then it will get slip. Okay, in which the alternate shearing and welding takes place rapidly at those spots. Okay. Stick is nothing but welding. That is, the gear tooth will get the tooth of the gear and the tooth of the pinion will stick together, and then they will shear again to disengage. Okay, because of this, the scoring will happen and the failure will occur. And another one is abrasive wear. Abrasive wear. This abrasive wear because of the presence of any foreign particle, that is like a dust or burst or anything which is mixed with the lubricant, and that creates the abrasive wear action. Okay, here the last two can be avoided by doing the proper maintenance, and the first two we need to consider while designing the gear. Okay, so we need to consider the bending and fitting, or in terms of, or we can call it as fatigue. Okay, fatigue or surface hardness. Okay, so we need to consider these two in the design of gear. Any doubts?
No,
Any
sir.
doubts so far?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. And next is, what are the requirements of the good gear design? So after designing the gear, you need to ensure these things. That is, the gear tooth should have a sufficient strength. Okay, the gear tooth should have the sufficient strength so that they will, so that they will not fail under static and dynamic loading. Okay. And next is the gear should, the gear teeth, the gear teeth should have the proper wear characteristics, so that their life is satisfactory. And the use of space and material should be economical and the lubrication of the gear must be satisfactory. Okay, these are the requirements must be met once we design the gear. Okay, so I'll summarize this class. The first, we discussed about the syllabus, that is the spur gear, helical gear will come in module 3, bevel and worm gear will come in module 4, and with reference to the dynamics of machines, and there you have studied the gears. Okay, so we discussed some of the important parameters which are required to design the gear, and you understood about the pressure angle module and pitch circle, all those things, and what are the design considerations we need to make. Okay, these are the 4 design considerations which are required, or these data are required to design the gear. And we discussed how the gear may fail, or gear tooth may fail. So there are 4 possible failures of the gear tooth: bending, fitting, scoring, and abrasive wear. Out of these 4, the last 2 can be managed with proper maintenance, but the first 2 should be taken care at the design stage itself. Okay, so these are the requirements which are required to be met in the design of air drive. Okay, so while discussing the pressure angle, we have defined the pressure angle, and there are some so much of standardization has been already done with respect to gears. Okay, so there is not much further research is required in design of gears based on the strength and surface fitting. Okay, so we have all the design data, so we can directly start with the design. There are some standard pressure angles. That is, see here, if you can create n number of pressure angles, or you can design your own gears with a different pressure angle. But based on the standardization, there are 14.5 degree and 20 degree pressure angles are the standard pressure angles. Okay, so if you take any gear, either it will have 14.5 degree or it will have 20 degree pressure angle. Okay, that, and you can ask me why 14.5 and why it is only 20. Okay, so based on the experience, experiments, they come to a conclusion that 14.5 and 20 are the better suited pressure angles. Okay. So I'll end this class now. Okay. In the next class, we will study about the detailed design of per gear. Thank you. Any doubts?